Hello, hello. Let me get my camera set on my iPad so I can find everybody. So let me get that set up. I hope whoever comes in will say hello. I haven't done one of these in a very long time, so just bear with me. Take my glasses off here. Let's see here. Let's go to me. Let's do view all. Let's go to here, view channel. And here I am. And I'm probably going to have to lower my mute my sound. Okay. So it took me a minute to try to figure out how to get to the advanced settings so I could actually have this in the correct. I didn't want to have it in portrait, I needed to have it in landscape, so it took me a minute. So I am working in Mythomorphia. Now, I've had this book for years. As you can see, I think I've only worked in the very front. I've always had a very hard time working in these books, only because there's so much that he puts in them, and I was always, I guess you would say, intimidated by them. And as I've watched people, they say just take one little piece at a time. So I said, I'm going to go outside my comfort zone, and I said, I'm going to try and do this page. So I started with my Derwent Inktense, and that's kind of what I've done so far. And I guess I should do here. Let me do. Hello, Gwen. How are you? Thank you for joining. We'll just wait a couple of minutes before I start doing anything. I'll probably do about maybe an hour, hour and a half. It's about all I can sit in this chair. So I'm going to work on her hair. So I'm going to be doing her hair in a red color. Last night I finished up these fish. I worked on those. And then last night too, I took out my polychromos, and I worked in Small Victories by Joanna Basford. And I did this in the very beginning. I did this little picture, and I used a gel pen, and needless to say, it's smeared. I didn't let it dry fast enough, so it kind of smeared, but I'll probably do some kind of background at some point. But I like these little books because, and as you could see, I'm marking off pages that I kind of want to work on. So I put little page flags, like I want to do this one. This is like one of the larger ones. I like to do houses. Got little dachshunds. But you have these nice little pictures. So if you don't have a lot of time, or if you're like me, you don't have a long attention span, like I would like to do this one. So I marked off those, but you have a ton of all different types of pictures for all different sizes. And I think maybe I spent maybe an hour, if that, doing that. And so I was able to test out my polychromos on that. And so that's what I worked on after I was doing the fish. So I have the colors I chose. I have, hopefully you'll be able to see them, hot red, and then I chose mid vermilion. And then I figured we'll try that. And then I pulled out a couple of watercolors. I pulled out these are the two sets that I have. Because there's reds in here, and then there's different blues and grays and stuff. So I pulled that out. And then this one is a neutral set. Oh no, this isn't the neutral set. That one was the neutral set. This one has the more vibrant colors. This one has more reds and blues and purples. And then I pulled out my Calero, the golds that I have. Then I pulled out my Neo colors. I have the 15 set. So I figured there's a possibility that I would probably use like the blues and stuff for the background once I'm done on that. And then I also pulled out my tiny little set of 12 of the Albert Durr watercolor pencils. So I'm not sure if I'll use them. I said, let me just pull them out. And then I have my Mei Liang watercolor set. It's 52 colors. And these are the colors. I have them all swatched out. Because I thought there were some really nice vibrant colors here. Even like these browns, I thought were really pretty. That might look good in her hair. So I don't know. So I guess we'll see. But I just don't want to use a lot of water. I try to do it as dry as possible. That's why I like the Inktense, because I don't have to do a lot. But I did the green, and then of course then what I'll do is I'll be doing pencil over this. So I'll be doing, you know, different colors of green over it. So it won't be staying this color, needless to say. So I'm going to put this color over it. See, I was testing another green because I thought maybe I would do like a monochromatic type of color. And then I was like, no. And then that's when I went and looked to see if I could find like a picture that maybe I can get inspiration from. And then I found a picture that I really like. So she kind of looks like a, to me she looks like an Irish mermaid. So I have to keep looking up. Hi, Misty. Thank you for joining me. Now, you all know I have pets, so you may hear cat cries, you may hear dogs barking, so I will apologize. I may have to reprimand people or animals. And I may not like this color once I lay it down. That's why I'm doing it down here, because I'm not sure if I'm going to like this color. And I know I can always change it once I start working with the pencils. It's not too bad. The only thing is with the 72 set, I know there's 150 set out there, but they don't sell it here in the United States. I think they only sell it in Europe. Well, that might not be too bad. I may have to stick with this color. I just don't find you get enough colors. And I like the Inktense, just like I like the Neo colors, because this, I like coloring off of the actual pencil more so than putting the pencil down on the page, like coloring it with a coloring pencil. I find I get more color this way. Oh, let me read. I'm still here with my sister calling. That's okay. Well, what happened, Misty, was I had gone on and put myself on, but I didn't go live yet. I didn't hit the go live button. And then when it was coming close to 4, I was having issues because it wanted to put me where I was in portrait mode. And I had to figure out how to get to put it into horizontal. So I had to go out, cancel it, and then go back in and start all over again. So that was probably why, because I started originally doing that around 3:30ish, and that's probably why, because I saw that there was a person waiting. It was probably you. So that's why. I literally had to go watch a video because I couldn't figure out how to get to advanced settings. And it's all in the beginning when you're actually starting the live. That's how you bring somebody in. You choose your monetization, all that. So I chose to be monetized. So you guys may get commercials, so I will apologize, but I'm gonna see how it goes for this first one. I don't know if the monetization is for now or if it's for when it plays afterwards. So this live is pretty much going to be like a test. So plus this will help me too, because I got to try to figure out like when I'm painting and stuff, if I'm painting where you can see it and stuff. So if you guys can like tell me if I need to like move my hands and stuff like that. And do you think I should move my camera down? Do you think I should move it down more? I can certainly do that. Okay, Misty. I'm not really worried about too much that this even going through, because I really highly doubt I'm going to do the page that's in the back. To be quite honest with you. And if I get quiet, I apologize. Maybe a bit lower? Okay. How's that? Is that better? And I may have to turn from time to time, so I apologize. And I'm trying to make sure in the camera that you guys can see. See, this is the piece I was talking about last night. I wasn't sure what this was. Because see how she's like hugging it? Okay, good. Okay. I'll get better. The more I do, the better I'll get. I guess I'll get used to exactly how to position everything and where everything should go, so. So Misty, how was work? You're home, right? Okay, so you went out and went back in and you got a 60-second and a 30-second commercial? Just let me know if you get commercials throughout the entire thing. I'm just curious. Because then I'll kind of gauge on kind of what I need to do. Oh, I maybe should not have made the fish red because it's gonna get incorporated now into her red hair. Maybe I'll make it purple. I'll have to do that at a different time. I wasn't anticipating doing her hair red, so. All right, returning. Yeah, I bet. That's a lot. I remember those days when I used to go from place to place to place. That was a lot. That was even in my younger years. I'm trying to think, when was that? How old was I when I used to work 3 jobs? I was in my 20s. I had to be my mid-20s. It was all in the same mall front though, because my bank job was in a mall, not a typical mall like a big multi-tier. It was a strip mall, and it had I'll say like maybe 15 stores, and the bank was in the middle, like it was like the anchor, and then the 2 stores that I worked, there were 2 clothing stores. One was a big and tall men's store that I didn't work for very long, and then one was a plus size women's store. That one I worked for quite a while. And yeah, I would literally hop back and forth. And then there used to be, many years ago, there was a craft store. I don't know if any of you guys had one in your area. There was a craft store called the Rack Shop. And that was in that mall. And when they used to do their, I don't know if it was their, I forget what they call it, inventory, they would ask me to help them with their accounting. So I would do accounting for them when they did their inventory. And that was like one of the craft stores I used to frequent. I think that was well before there was a Michael's and all that stuff. I don't think Michael's was even around at that point in time. I think Michael's came well after they had closed, if I'm not mistaken. That may be something I have to look up. But yeah, that was the store I used to frequent for all my craft stuff. Yeah, it may have been a New Jersey thing, Misty. It may have been just a store that was in my area. Yeah, if you gotta go, Misty, that's fine. I get it. You go rest. You go do what you gotta do. Like I said, I wanted to come on here and kind of test the waters here. I figured if I got anybody to come on, that would be great. If not, I'd be talking to myself. And then if anybody watched it afterwards, Oh, okay. I was gonna say, if you gotta go, you gotta go. Don't worry about it. Okay. I want to get her hair done at least. Now these bubbles, I have no idea. They're going to be some kind of bluish tinge. Hopefully you could see. I keep checking my camera, my phone, to make sure you can see. So when I got my hair cut, I got 6 inches taken off. The girl was really nice that I had. She was a younger girl. I had asked her, I had told her about me losing a lot of my hair. She goes, I don't really see anything about you losing your hair. She goes, I don't see any spots where you're like losing your hair. So I was like, well, that's good. I said, but all I know is I've had a lot of hair that I've lost. I said, I'm just very thankful that I had a lot of hair. And so then we were talking about, when we were in the chair, about being vain and men and vanity, and she was talking about men with comb overs and a couple of guys that she has that have those couple of strands of hair, and they come in and they want those couple of little pieces of hair cut. She goes, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with that. She's like, I don't know how I'm supposed to cut that. And she every time they come in, she's like trying to get them to like just shave it off. I was like hysterical. And she did a really good job. She cut my hair exactly the way I always had my hair cut. She made me feel really comfortable because I don't like seeing myself in the mirror. I just don't like going to get my hair cut. I don't like being in the chair. And so that's why it's been like well over 2.5 years since I've had my hair cut. And the last time, and I cut my hair. Literally, I put it into pigtails the last time and I just chopped it. And that was how I cut my hair. Yeah, it was long. It was a lot. And she's like, you still have a lot of hair. She goes, even with us cutting this much off, she says, you still have a lot. Because I said, as long as I can still put my hair up in a ponytail or something, I said, I'm fine. I said, because I have to put my hair up. I said, I have to do something. I said, with this time of life, I said, I have to be able to put my hair up. And she goes, no, that's fine. She says, you'll have plenty that you'll be able to do. That is here right now. So I asked her, I said, how often should I get my hair cut? So she said, every 3 months. So she gave me the days that she's at the salon. Because I said, there was like nobody there. I said, I'm surprised. I said, because I looked the night before and I was not expecting to get an appointment, to be quite honest, because anytime I've tried, I was never able to get anybody. And I was shocked that I was able to get somebody, because there was only 2 of them there. The one girl, who actually I had a couple of years ago, is still there, which kind of surprised me. And the girl that I had, she said, yeah, she left. She says, because she didn't have anybody on the books. She said, so what was the point in her staying? She said she just left. And so it was just 2 of them there. Yeah. So I had some treatment done, which was like 20 bucks. It's a keratin type of treatment that's supposed to aid with like wavy hair. And so I had that done. And then, you know, just had it cut and styled and stuff. And she took her time because she had nobody. And it said I was supposed to be there up to like 80 minutes. And I think I was there just under 80 minutes. Literally just under. And then there was a Red Lobster that John and I would always go to, that's right over in that area. It's a big mall area where they have a whole bunch of different shops like Walmart. They totally redid that whole area. And she goes to me when I was sitting down, she goes, did you hear about Red Lobster? I'm like, no. She goes, they closed their doors last night. I said, what do you mean they closed their doors? She said, after their last person, they just up and closed. I'm like, what do you mean they just up and closed? She said, yeah, she said they, she goes, I don't know if this was something that was planned. She goes, I'm assuming they probably they had to have told their employees that they were going to be closing. But, she said, yeah, she said they, it was their last night, and they just up and closed the store. So I was like, great. I said, John's gonna be upset. I was like, oh gosh. Because there's not a whole lot of seafood places by us. Is this all her hair? Even up here? I guess so. And then the building that they used to be in, that they tore down, I asked her, I said, so do you know what's going in the building that you used to be in? And she says, yeah, they're supposed to be putting a Popeyes there. And I said to her, Popeyes? I said, I thought they were closing a lot of their stores. She goes, yeah. She says, no, they're supposed to be putting in a Popeyes. I was like, oh, okay. I said, that's a little ridiculous. I said, they have a Popeyes, what, a couple of towns down from that area. But I guess they weren't one. I'm curious to see how well it does. Oh, let's see. Let me finish over here. Let's turn this way. Let's turn you upside down. So what's the weather like in everybody's area? It's just starting to get warm here. I have the air conditioner on here. I don't know if my chat just died. And if you hear laughing, that's my husband John in the background. He's watching something on his computer because he's home. Caesar, you need to get up. Oh, it's 88 by you, Misty? Holy cow, it's warmer by you. Oops. Are you gonna get any of those storms? Anyway, so there's supposed to be storms and stuff again. Oh, I'm not in camera. Sorry. I have to look up. So if anybody watches this afterwards, both Misty and Gwen both have channels. I will link them down below in the description box. And Misty has 2 channels, so I will link both of her channels down below in the description box. So I hope you will go check them out. I hate this when I do this upside down. I don't know what I'm coloring. It's not like the artist is going to say, you colored out of lines. I remember being a kid, and when I used to color, I used to be so hard on myself if I used to go out of the lines. I'd literally get angry with myself because if I would go out of the lines. I guess that's why I'm still a perfectionist when it comes to art to this day. What do you see? Yeah. See, like these fish that kind of meld in with the hair. With the pencils and stuff, I'll end up doing them a different color. Yeah, so far so good. I was really not knowing what color to do. So that's why I had to really go and look. I had to go and find a picture because I had no idea what color to do. Because I was going to do red hair with the green, and I'm like, is that gonna go? And then when I saw that picture, I was like, oh, well, here we go. I said, here's a picture right here, so yeah, it goes. Now, has anybody gotten commercials while I've been doing this? I'm just curious. You're all good, right? Because we've been on a while, so I'm just curious to make sure you guys haven't gotten any commercials. Okay, good. All right. I guess we'll go in this direction. And you can hear me okay? Because I don't wear a mic or anything because my face is pretty much right at the level where the microphone is on the phone. Me and my gravelly voice. You would think I was a smoker. Okay. Awesome. Thank you. Oh, I saw a commercial last night. It had to be on YouTube for Wicked. Has anybody seen that yet? For the movie? Now, I have not seen the play. I have wanted to see the play, but I never got to go see the play. But I will tell you, I will go see this movie. It looks phenomenal. Try to, I'm sure you can probably look it up on YouTube. Look up Wicked, the movie. It looks really good. I forget, I think they said it comes out in November, if I remember right. I can't remember who all plays the parts either. But they're young, needless to say. But yeah, I'm not sure because if I remember right, I don't think they really showed music in the trailer, from what I remember. But it looked really, really good. That was one movie I know I saw on one of the trailers that I saw that I was like, oh, that looks really good, that I want to go see. And then John had told me about, well, needless to say, now we have multiple tickets to go see Ghost. They released more tickets for more showings. So John wasn't sure if he was going to be able to go to the one for the 3 p.m. showing. So we got for the 7 p.m. showing. So I know I'll definitely be going to the 3 p.m. showing. So I will be going to the 3 p.m. showing and the 7 p.m. showing on that same day. And then I don't know if you guys are Lord of the Ring fans, but they're going to be doing the appendices. Peter Jackson. John had sent me a link to a guy who does YouTube videos basically all on like, I guess pretty much mostly all like Lord of the Rings type stuff. And I guess him Philippa, Fran, all the people that wrote all the Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings and stuff, they're going to do all the appendices. So that's going to be interesting. So I'm curious to see what happens with that and how long it's going to take them. I don't know if that's hair. This is hair. I don't know if that's hair. Because see how down here is like this is coral and this is like bubbles. I'm thinking that's like bubbles. This is hair. This is hair. That's hair. See if I can lighten that up, because I am not sure if that's hair. I don't know if I can lighten that up. Because that's ink. Ink ain't going nowhere. Here. I'll zoom in. See, like these areas, I don't know if this is hair. See, these parts I'm thinking could be underneath, but these pieces on top, but this has like the same striations, so that might be hair. But see how it's kind of all like mixed in? It drives me nuts. This is why I tend not to do these books, because there's so much that it hurts my brain. It does. It is. It's really hard to tell. And I just don't want to keep giving her hair when it's really not hair. Oops. Where'd my paintbrush go? Well, I know this is hair. Let me do over here. I'm gonna leave you, I'm gonna just take you up a little bit. I'll leave you zoomed in for a little bit. I've never read any of the Lord of the Rings. I actually watched the series again the other night, the extended versions. I was up till like 3 o'clock in the morning. You think so? Do you think that's hair? I mean, I think the ones with the striations, I think what I'm going to do is I think I'm going to do the ones underneath, and then the ones that are on top I might leave. But then see how these have striations too? It's confusing. I mean, otherwise, damn girl, this girl's got a lot of hair. She has more hair than any mermaid I've ever seen. Move you a little bit here. No, the cat's gonna start now because it's around dinner time. So you're gonna start to hear cat wailing. That's the 21-year-old that you're going to hear in a moment. So just beware. Yeah. How old is Batman, Misty? Because I know you said he's up there in age. It must be an old fart animal thing. But she does it even more than just when it's time to eat. And the best part is, we think she's deaf. So, I don't know why she does it, because I don't know how she hears herself. And the best part, she goes in by the bathroom, usually to do it. I said, there's got to be a reason why she goes in that area. I said, I don't know if there's a reverberation from the tile, Like all these creepy little things. They remind me of Pac-Man. I'm like, I colored one yellow. I'm like, I don't know what color to make these things. I don't even know what they are. They're not fish. I'm like, they're his own creation. I'm like, I don't know how I'm supposed to color them. Hello, Angela. How are you? How is it up in your neck of the woods? You guys have been having stormy weather up by you. I think that's a bubble. I'm coloring that bubble. I don't like that bubble there. And it's funny, every time when I was coloring that thing, all I kept hearing waka 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 waka. That's all I kept hearing in my head was the Pac-Man thing, waka 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 waka. What is it? I can't do the thing when it's caught. I could do the waka 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 waka, but I can't do the part when it's caught. When I was in Walmart yesterday, I saw that they had was it a Pac-Man machine or a Miss Pac-Man machine that they were selling? I'm like, oh my God, they're even selling video game machines now. I mean, full-size video game machines. It was a full freestanding machine. I was really surprised. I didn't go to look to see how much it was or anything like that. Yeah, no, I have no idea. Yeah, Angela, did you have any issues with all the tornadoes? Because I know Iowa had all the issues with the tornadoes. You weren't affected by those, were you? I have no idea if this is hair, but I'm coloring it as if it was hair. Let me turn this around. Turning. Let's see. Do I want to go up to the top? I'm going to leave that top part because I don't think that's hair. This is hair. Trying to figure out what's hair and what's not hair. Don't they? I think they do. I think they look like the Pac-Man ghosts. I'm gonna have to call it quits soon because I can only sit in this chair for so long. And then it's time for break. Plus, like I said, I wanted to see how my live went here, because it's been so long since I did a live. Especially because now with the coloring. Because like I said, I want to try and do at least once a week if I can. I want to try and do maybe, if not once a week, at least once a month, a live coloring video. Because to be honest with you guys, my crafting videos don't get any views. And you all know it's like I really need to see about getting income. So if I can get more income by doing coloring videos, I'm gonna switch to doing more coloring content. So I'm gonna show, you're probably gonna see more like coloring book flip throughs, because I have a ton of coloring books. You know, different stuff with coloring and, you know, different techniques and different things that, you know, I can maybe show people that I've learned over the years with coloring, and not that I'm any pro on it, that's for sure, but you know, because I have, over the years, I've you know, accumulated quite a bit of coloring supplies. Especially colored pencils. I have a ton of colored pencils. Probably not as many as some people, because I watch a lot of coloring channels, and I'm like, holy cow. I'm not real good when it comes to like alcohol markers and stuff. Gabby. Gabby. Gwen, how much for what? What were you looking for? Because what happens is my other chair broke, my office chair, because of my weight and stuff after so many years, because I had it when I was working at home. I had bought it for when I was working from home. It finally gave way, and I'm just glad I wasn't in it. Well, I actually was in it, but it wasn't detrimental to myself. Not like when I had the power outage and I got stuck in the chair. God, oh, that was a sight to behold. But so I'm sitting on those. If you remember when I went to that store, remember I showed you guys the pictures of those 2 chairs that I purchased from the Salvation Army. That's what I'm sitting in now. So they're a hard chair with a little bit of a cushion. And what happens is the longer I sit in it, my lower leg and my foot go numb. I gotta lift you guys up because I think I'm losing you. I'll probably do about maybe 10 more minutes. I want to try and get this part here done, and then we'll end it. Of course, there's a little net in here now. Probably wouldn't have gnats if they'd cut our lawn. this strand. So my tomato plant, my cherry tomato plant, has tomatoes on it outside already. So I haven't killed it yet. But if this weather doesn't start to like warm up, I have it in this, I keep moving it because there's two spots that I get sun. And I keep the pot in the area where the sun hits, because it'll hit one spot in the morning. So I put the pot there for in the morning, and then once that time of the day ends, I move it to the other side of the patio, so that when the sun moves over there, it gets that part of the sun, the afternoon sun. And that's been working, but it's been so dreary and cold that it's kind of just starting to warm up. Hence the reason why I have the air conditioner on today. But it's been about, what, 50s at night. And I know you're not supposed to have those plants, but I can't bring I can't bring the plant in. I mean, it's in a pot, but I have little round cherry tomatoes. I don't have many. I think I have like maybe 3, because I have a couple of flowers on it. And it fell over a couple of times. So a couple pieces broke off. I actually have the piece that broke off. I have it in a vase with water. I'm hoping maybe I can try and like root it. I don't know if it's gonna work, but I said, hey, I'm gonna try. I'm gonna see if I can get some roots on it. Like I said, I don't know if it'll work, but I'm going to try. I'm determined to keep this plant alive. My herbs in my window, in my kitchen window, I have basil, rosemary, thyme, and chives, along with my orchid. They're all doing well. Thank goodness. But they're in those tiny little pots that you get when you first get plants. So those are going to have to get repotted. I know that. But I'm not touching those until it gets warmer. Suggestions, do you think I should put those outside? How do I fill them? You twist them. Just like that. And then you just fill, I just put it under the tap. And then see how it's got the spout? And then what I do, most of the times, like if I'm working in a book like this, I won't use the squeeze. It tells you, see, it'll say push, because here, I'll show you this way. You usually push this for the water to come out. And if, hopefully you could see that, see how it'll come out. But when I'm working in a book like this, I won't do that. If you were doing like watercolor, like on watercolor paper, I would say it would be fine to do. What I do is I use a cup of water still, only because, and like I keep a cloth or a paper towel, and I will still dip it in the water and then dry it off. And then that's how I do, because you're always still going to get drippage from it, but that's how I do mine. You're welcome, Gwen. And because this is ink, the drier it is, the more color you're going to get, needless to say. See, like, see how my, let me move you over. See, like, how my fish is now. You really can't see it because it kind of mixed in with the hair. So I'll have to do that a different color. See, like, I had a lot of water on there. I should have dried that off better, but it's okay. Like I said, I'm not worried too much about the underside. All right, let's see. I need to do right here. Wait about that little bubble. Yeah, I've always liked water brushes, even though I have a ton of brushes. I don't even think I really used them. I tend to use water brushes. Let's see what else we got here. Strands of hair. Do we have any more? Oh, let me do here. Look, here goes Lena. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do is off camera, because we're at about an hour and a half. I'm going to do this part off camera. And then I'm going to have to figure out how to do, I'm going to do the body probably that same color. Most likely. So let me lift you up here. So hopefully you can see the whole thing. So that's where we are as of right now. So she's coming along. So she's going to be the red siren of the sea. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So thank you all for joining me. I truly do appreciate it. Now, Misty, you talking about, are these on real tight when you first get them? Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes they're real hard to get off. even like if you haven't used them for a while, you may have to like really twist them. Like I have the wider one, which I don't tend to use very often because I tend to use always the smaller one. I have the smaller, and these are like the ones I tend to use most often. So when I when I have when I have to refill this, it's like really tight. So yeah, you'll find that it's usually pretty tight to get off. But but yeah. So I guess we'll call this live a finished one. So thank you guys for joining me. I truly appreciate it. So if you are watching this in the replay, you're going to get to hear my cat say goodbye. Thanks, guys. So I will see you all on my next video and on my next live. And I will hopefully try to give you more notice for more lives to come. So make sure you are subscribed and have notifications, and I will probably post those in the community tab. So just make sure you check out the community tab. Okay? So thank you all and have a wonderful evening. Take care. Bye, everybody.